Hello everybody. Hello. Oh no. Oh no. I'm here. Okay. Hello. Hey. Why is my dude not dancing? Am I muted? I shouldn't be muted. I'm not, but my dude isn't dancing. Why is my dude not dancing? Come on, dude. Nah, he no dance. Why he no dance? What happened? Am I deafened? Ah, I see. I was deafened on Discord. Why was I deafened on Discord? I didn't deafen myself yesterday while we were playing Baldur's Gate, did I? I don't think so. Huh. You deafened on Discord, did you? No, I'm stupid. Leave me alone. I've had a stressful day. Actually, I'm going to start sweating my balls off if I'm not careful. It's getting warm in the room. I see Daddy in chat. Hey, Daddy. How's the day been? Are you ready to say goodbye to 2023? Ready to move on to 2024? Are you one of those people who looks at the new year coming and is like, oh, next year's going to be better? Are you more like realistic like me and says it's just going to be shit still, just differently shit? Because that's how I've felt for many years now at this point. Whenever a year ends and people are like, oh, it's going to be better next year, I look at them like they're a 4-year-old, like, oh, you still have hope, bless you. Oh, it's just going to be bad, just in a different way. That's how it usually goes. It's what it is. What it is. It is what it is. No, I'm not cringe. I don't know. Wait, Daddy, we've talked on Discord. I know that's you know, we're all cringe. That's the thing. Here, we are all cringe. If you know me, you know I'm cringe, and I'm okay with that. Gotta live your cringe life, as is the way. We haven't started up pooping just yet, but we are gonna have some Transformers news to talk about. Not a huge amount, unbelievably. I'm sure you're like, there's a few stories, but not a girthy, juicy amount, but like I put in the description, I wanted to get this out the way with, shoved out the door and kicked down the chimney. Means I might not do a podcast next week. I'll need to reiterate myself when I officially start recording, quote unquote. But yeah, we might not be doing another Moonbase next week because it might just be no fucking news, between like now and a week from now. The start of the year, not a huge amount usually goes on for the most part. Hey, Big D, can confirm Tigerhawk, Thundertron, and Tasmanian Kid are lovely. Damn, son, have you already built them? Jesus, Big D, you crazy boy. He's crazy. Where did you buy him from? Like Kapower, In Demand Toys or something? They came before Crimbo. Yeah, it must have been from one of those places, right? Oh, from Hasbro Pulse. Oh. I didn't think like, oh no, maybe they did get them in stock. No, they do. Thundertron is in stock on In Demand Toys. Huh. I wouldn't buy them at full price, obviously, because I think that's a bit of a rip. Okay, all right, fair play. Build on the 22nd and arrived on the 23rd. That's not too bad, I suppose. The only Transformer I plan on buying at full price is going to be the pre-order for Origins Jazz, and that's mainly because Origins Jazz is going to be a little anal bead to get again. I guarantee it. Anyway, no offense to Daddy, but now that we've got a transforming fan here, a fan that transforms and transformerizes, we may as well start pooping and duping. I need to get to the Moonbase too. There we go. Oh no, go away, Big D. Boop. There he goes. Thanks for coming on by, Daddy. I'll send you a message on Crimblemas, New Year's Eve. I'll rub your nipples and say Happy New Year and all that jazz. Origins Jazz is quite nice. It looks okay. He looks fine. I like the idea of him, probably more than the actual figure itself. Though I did like the Bumblebee. Where's the music? There's the music. There it is. Okay. Let's moon poop 2, baby. Let's go.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decade Andy, and this is the last episode of the Moonbase 2.
Wow.
For this year of 2023. It's going to be setting sail in a few hours' time. It being 8 o'clock now, in like 4 hours' time, we're going to get 2000... No. Yeah, 4 hours time. We're going to get 2023, put it on an iceberg, ship it off to the ocean, and then shoot it in the back of the head. Then let nature take its course with the body. Don't worry about it. It's just future plans for future people. Don't worry about it. Actually, you wouldn't have to. If I'm going to get you, I'm going to put you on an iceberg and put you out to sea and then shoot you in the back of the head while on said iceberg. You're not going to be worried about it. You'll be dead. That's okay. We'll be welcoming in 2024 in not too long of a time. Some people are like, hey, 2024 will be better than this year. I'm like, you naive little child. It will be bad, but in different ways. Many, many different ways, because that is the nature of the world. It keeps on turning, and bad things keep on coming. And there'll be some good things. Hopefully those good things will be Transformers related, but who knows? Who knows? Hopefully you know, future Andy, or future person listening to the show from said future of 2024. A few bits of news to go through. Like I say, we've got Big D in chat and a few other people I'm sure will siphon in as they go. You guys in chat can tell me about what you got for Crimblemas and all that jazz. Thanks for those cheery thoughts, Andy. I'm a realist, right? I'm a realist when it comes to these things. I don't have the flowery, hey, everything's going to be okay mentality. You know when they say things will get better? I'm that guy who says when. I'm still waiting. When will it get better? When? Please tell me. I need a date so I can set my clock to it, and then I can be like, okay, now. Okay, this is good. I'm waiting for it. But yeah, you guys can tell me what you got for Christmas and all that jazz. Let's go through some news. Some Transformers news. I'll tell you what I got as well, but we'll wait for that, and it's not going to be too long to go through. We're going to start off with Kang Toys CT Longyang. The 01 Stegosaurus. It's the Stegosaurus, the Snarl figure for their Volcanicus dude. This is going to be the 24 centimeter tall one with the spread wings. It's going to be 35 centimeters, I guess, wide or tall on its back. And the Stegosaurus mode is going to be 42 centimeters long, which is, measurements of what's the most important thing here. The main thing is we're seeing it colored. I think this is the first time we've seen the boy colored. It's very, very metallic-y. Does not look like your stereotypical kind of slag in terms of where the paint placement is. So if you were like, oh man, I really wanted a G1 looking slide, this is not for you. This is not for you. The dinosaur mode would make Mikey come in his pants, I'm sure, because it looks quite accurate, ? Close enough as to a thing that, was planted in there by the devil to make people think dinosaurs were real, of course. Lamau. But actually, because of the sharp angles to the head and all that jazz, definitely has... If you wanted to say Gundam look, I'd be, yeah, okay, it has a Gundam look to it. But it is nice to see those very nice metallic-y colors on it. Again, because the head is painted mainly silver with a red horn. The horn kind of similar. Imagine the horn from Transformers Prime Starscream, that kind of central horn. Snarl has that. He doesn't have the stereotypical, little bear ears on the side of his head. And it's not a black helmet with a silver face. It's just a complete silver helmet, which is an interesting choice. They do like their gold Kang Toys, don't they? Says Big D. They do. Chinese company, so they'd like that kind of gilded, fancy look to their stuff, which, makes the sense. He can turn his big tail wings for his backpack into just a whip, if you want to go that way. So there's a few different options for display. And then he turns into a dinosaur-shaped boulder, which one can assume is the foot and the shin, but it does just look like a boulder to me. I'm fancy foot mode for fancy robot mode for Volcanicus. Not too much to say here. He does have a few sword accessories as well, and two very, very, very large guns. So yeah. Oh, the other thing that comes with it is you can use the wings on his back for a crossbow, because of course you could. And one of the extra kind of... There are two extra bits on here, which I guess are arrows for said bow mode. It looks cool. Very nice. Again, not your stereotypical Dinobot. If you want G1, this isn't going to be for you. If you want something a little bit more different and interesting and unique, this is the way. If you don't like very ostentatious-y designs and you don't like the overblown gold, I personally think it's a little bit too much gold and a little bit too much silver. I'd like a bit more red in there just to, break it up just a little bit. Maybe some black again just to separate the colors a little bit more. But for the most part, yeah, it didn't even have to be black. It can be the dark kind of gunmetal for his hands. A bit more of that just to, again, like I say, spread those colors apart might be nice. Very spiky boulder, says Big D. Yeah, well, boulders can get spiky if rocks fall on them correctly and erosion takes root well, and then Mason comes around and sharpens it down. It could happen. Big D says they do look like a nicely different take on the Dinobots. Good to see something not solely. Savagely G1, slavishly G1. Yeah, I would agree. But like I said, I would have liked just a little bit more color separation. Just a little bit more in there would have done me good. And this is something Hasbro probably isn't going to be in the realms of doing for a very long time, as Hasbro is just focused on doing G1. Even Earthspark, everything was very G1 looking. So I think we're going to be stuck with the G1 look for a while, unfortunately. So Kang Toys might fulfill that, or it might just prove the rule of no one wants anything that's in G1, which would be sad. There's also new colored versions of the Fans Hobby MB-15. This is the MB-15C Purple Naval Commander. So Naval Commander was their Armada Optimus Prime. This is the purple version of it. Purple being, of course, Shattered Glass. So he's purple, kind of a dirty-ish gold, and then lots of kind of darker tone colors. It's exactly what you would expect. It is the Shattered Glass version of this figure. Because it is an Optimus Prime, he needs to have multiple repaints to justify the cost, I suppose, and this is one way to go. The Sparkplug toy, I think a bit of a shame they haven't repainted him, really. The only thing they've really changed is, what was it? The kind of grayish, light grayish color is now purple. The rest of him is still kind of the gold. I think if they just completely changed his color, maybe they make him all purple, something like that, just to, I don't know, just to make him a little bit more visually different. But if you were hanging around saying, hey, I like the look of Naval Commander, but I want a purple version of him, you can get it here. It looks like they have added a few tampos onto the front screen of the truck mode to give it the attempt of a cracked look. I can't see any other visual differences here, apart from the obvious color change. I don't think they've added extra tampos, or I don't think they've changed the head design. No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's all the same, apart from the extra single tampo and the different colors. Unless Big D, I can't remember, did you get this? Did he always have those? It seems like he has changeable, for his super mode, changeable side flaps. Usually you have the big, what do you call them? Pistons, pipes for the Armada Optimus Prime. You can swap those out for more fins. Oh, you didn't get this. Okay, my bad. I don't know if the fins are new for this, but there's the option to swap them around if you really wanted to. Glowing red eyes. You got some, colors and whatnot. Hang on. Oh, it looks like is it like out of 600? Did I not read that? Oh yeah, there's only going to be 600 of these. Well, technically 601 because the one they're shown here is 000 of 600. So there's technically, I suppose, 601. Because 0 is, technically the first one. If you're desperate for it, I guess you got to run out quickly and get it. I think the fins are new. Oh, the fins are new for the side of the head. I think you might be right. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't say on the story here that they are definitely new, but maybe they be. Maybe they be. Like I say, if you want it, 600, not many, go out and get it. I don't know who's really asking for the Shattered Glass version of Armada Optimus Prime. If you said to me, hey, I wanted to get the Nemesis Prime version of this, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see that. Shattered Glass in Armada? I guess that's why there's only 600. It's a bit of a push more for me than it is anything else, but it is there. It's an option. And if you prefer it, then it's something you can go for, which is always a good option to have. Fans Hobby also finally show more images of the MB-26, the Sabre team, which is the Armada air defense team, which obviously makes the Star Sabre. We see images of them, prototype form only at the moment, but it looks like they're more finished than they have been previously. I'm not going to go through and attempt to know who each of the 3 minicons are, because quite frankly, I don't care about their names. They turned into the Star Saber, and that was about it. Let's be honest, I think the show mentioned their names once or twice, if that, and then, never talked to them because they were a tool. Despite what the Autobots said, they were a tool. They look fairly posable, which is nice, which you would expect from a third-party version of these. More accurate, I suppose, as well than their original toy. The original toy was fairly accurate. They just had really no articulation to them. I think they've done a decent job making these guys. There's multiple minicon ports. The little port and peg thing that they've got going. Multiple of those on them. For dancing, you can get them into Iron Man kneeling poses if you wish, and then you can put them into the Star Saber. I'm sure there'll be a repaint of this into the Dark Star Saber. Then they might retool this into the Energon Star Saber, because it was pretty much the same, just slightly retooled and then made translucent as well. It looks like in Star Saber form is about as well as you could hope this thing to get. Yeah, it's got undercarriage because it's small robots becoming jets with a very simplistic transformation, so it's going to have undercarriage. But they've tried to smooth out as much as possible, I would say. The ports in the leg for one of the ships seems to be compatible with a Tamashii stand. So if you want to have it posed, you can. Oh no, there's just a port into the minicon port. Huh. So that's how you do that. Okay. And the naval commander seems to hold it without any issue, which, you would expect. Same for the Megatron as well. Yeah, it looks pretty successful. This is one of the 3 big, quote-unquote, big weapons from Armada. Got the Star Saber. Need the Skyboom shield, if I remember. And I think we've seen prototypes for that, but a while ago. And then we need the Requiem Blaster. And I can't remember if we've seen images for those as well. We might have. Have we seen images for those ones? I can't remember. Yeah, we'll leave that for later. I don't need to find that out now. But yep, minicon team, pretty cool. Not amazing. Not too fussed about them myself, but if you're into your collecting Armada stuff, it's one of the things, right? It's one of the cool things. Big D says those guys look nifty. Yeah. They look okay, I'd say. Prototype for the Requiem Blasters up on pre-order on Shozi. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing the Skyboom as well. So all the pre-orders are up. The prototypes must be the rough, really early prototypes, rather than compared to these ones, which look a bit more finalized and finished, just unpainted at the moment. We'll get the painted ones at some point soon. Sticking on the small train, Dr. Wu shows off Impact Wave / Supersonic and Explosion, which is D1 Decibel and Graphy and Noise. This is Dr. Wu's version of the Dinobot cassette combiners, if you remember those Japanese cassette combiners that were very, 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 very expensive for the longest time. It looks like they're going to be taking their own crack at it. The sketches, let's see both of them in combined mode, blah, blah, blah. Released by... so these are going to be coming out in 2024 in China, next year. September, October. Yeah, that's not too far. Well, actually, that is quite a way off. But they're showing us images of them in CAD models, so they're CG renders. It makes sense why it's going to be less than a year, but, a good chunk of next year to get these out. If you want them next year, the combined robot mode, if it comes out to look this nice, looks fine. The actual dinosaurs suffer, but you usually have to make a sacrifice when doing this. And I guess when they're 2 separate cassettes making dinosaurs and also making a robot, concessions need to be made. The T-Rex is probably, I don't know. Pterodactyl's kind of rough because it's got fat, full-on, Rumble Frenzy thickness legs, which, again, you would expect. And the T-Rex has... I don't know, the T-Rex to me looks more like a really angry, like, Komodo dragon just standing on two back legs. I guess you could say it's got Godzilla vibes to it. Maybe that's just being too kind. Is that being too kind? No, maybe. Maybe I'm being a little too kind when I say that. I think it's because the head is slightly secluded into the neck. You know, because the head obviously folds into the neck. It looks like it's like the skin ruffles up the head a little bit too high. If it was a quote unquote real creature with the real skin, for example. But I think it's for what they're doing at the size scale that they're going for. Yeah, it's fine. The robot mode's fucking boring. I don't know what to say for the robot mode. It looks like a background character. The most interesting aspect is it's two dinosaur cassettes that can combine into a fairly flat, generic-looking robot. Big D says, always wanted to pick up one of the Doctor Who sets. This looks interesting. Well, if you want to get one, you've got, 10 months, potentially, 9-10 months to have the money. This will probably be like 30 to 50, I guess, if you're lucky. So it shouldn't be too hard to buy them, I would imagine. I can't remember if these are super small. They do come with, quote-unquote, extra weapons, which are little side guns and then little wing guns. Side guns for the T-Rex, wing guns for, obviously, the pterodactyl. They're fine. I think they're exactly really what you would expect from little weapons and whatnot for these guys. I don't think there's anything else to say. They look fun. They look nice. The little cassette things from Doctor Who. New Age has it has the H61 Triton, which is G1 Spray. We've got 3 new color variants. We've got Tremors, Tekeli, whatever. Which is the first one, Tremors, is a deco based off the GoBots Man of War from the BotCon Timelines comic. Okay. The second one is the Shattered Glass deco, of course. Yes, this makes sense. And the H61F is called Famsterdam. Famsterdam being the BotCon 2012 Octopunch, if you remember the one with the ducks. The ones with the sea spray with the ducks on them. That's what these are based off of. It's Tremors. How does Tremor look? Tremor looks fine. It is just, the same New Age sea spray. Got more toy accurate head. And then for Man of War, the Tremors, blue, very blue. Could be considered a G2 version. It's not the G2 version, but if you wanted to, you could consider that. Metallic-y feet, metallic-y arms in kind of a deep blue. His legs and head and the propellers are kind of in more of a lighter kind of watery ocean blue than deep blue. Teal blue, I guess. Thousand Suns blue if you want to go GW painting-wise. Then he's got a nice little red tummy. Nice little red tumbly-wumbly. He also comes with his gun and a effect part, which is meant to look like he's whooshing through the water, or you can... yeah, you can. You can just plop it onto his back. So he's powering up like Goku, I guess, because he's realizing that hovercrafts are fake and aren't real. That's how it is. The Shattered Glass version's actually pretty cool. It's using the toy head. Hang on. Why are you showing it like that? It's got new bits on his back. Instead of propellers for the hovercraft mode, he's got like rockets, I guess. Yeah, I guess rockets. I don't think there's any other visual differences in terms of like new... Oh, no, the gun's different as well. The gun's different. Hang on. Yeah, I'm guessing Sea Spray has the standard gun. Oddly enough, it's the gun that was given to me as a freebie with my Origins Bumblebee. And then this one looks more like a shoulder-mounted missile launcher, kind of flick missile kind of deal. And again, he comes with the Goku powering up thing. He's done in thing of the ocean teal blue for the legs. It kind of goes down into the front canopy of the hovercraft mode. White, and then arms are gray, head is gray, face is a light gray. It actually looks pretty decent. He looks like an evil character, I would say. Oceany colors, yeah, maybe I could see that. But yeah, I think this is better than the first one. I wouldn't run out and buy it, but I think for a sharded glass version, I can't peg down. I'm guessing he's not like based off of anyone's pre-existing color scheme, right? Oh, includes gun and wave effect. Oh, it doesn't say what gun though. Doesn't say what gun, just a gun. It will be sold in a 2-pack with Famsterdam. Oh, if you want these two, then they're coming together. The double sea spray pack. So the last one is Famsterdam. Famsterdam has a new head. The head to look like the Bokon's head. So it looks like Reveal the Shield sea spray from, I don't know, 2012? No. 2000 something. Teens or something, right? Unfortunately, the tampos don't look like ducks on him, which is a bit of a bummer. I know for the duck lovers out there who really like the original toy, having spotted the ducks, he does not have ducks. They are more tentacle-like than they are duckian in nature. But he is the same color scheme you would expect from that Octo Punch figure. All you have to do is look up that Bokon 2000 and whatever Octo Punch toy. Same. Got the brown, bronzy, burgundy, maroony, whatever kind of colors for the propeller, rocket launcher, booster thingies, and on the head. Then it's kind of a more greeny, bluey color for the arms, and then again a lighter version of that color for the chest. Pretty good. And then he comes with the same effects. Actually, the same arsenal as the previous one. Same kind of missile launcher, same powered effect part. Looks pretty good. I'd say this is probably the one you get because it's in the 2-pack. And you begrudgingly go, okay, well, he comes with a sharded glass version, which is okay as well. I don't really think the Tremors is very good. He's kind of cute. But apart from that, I'd be like, yeah, I think the other two for me, for my personal tastes, tickle me a little bit more, in all honesty. But yeah, RTS as well. Metallic teal. Oh, thank you, Big D. I was just reading Big D's comments there. But yeah, a nice little boy. A nice little set. I always think, what do you think about 2 packs of the exact same figure? I don't think I like that personally. I understand why, but I'd rather like you spread the release so it's like a sea spray repaint and I don't know, somebody else repaint. Mainly because I wouldn't want the exact same Transformer twice. But that, again, that's just a me thing. It'd be like getting Sideswipe and then G2 Sideswipe. I really only want G2 Sideswipe, and I don't really want to have the exact same mold twice at the exact same time. Stagger it out, you know? Stagger it out. So I get the other one. Maybe you get Sea Spray and Power Glide. So you get the Octo Punch. I know these figures didn't come out at the same time, but let's pretend that they did. You get the Octopunch Sea Spray, and you get the G.I. Joe Cobra Viper version of Power Glide, and you put them in a box together. That'd be neat. I'd be down with that. I wonder if they'll make if they wanted to be neat, they could. If you squint your eyes, what was it called? It wasn't the manta ray. What was the Cobra boat called? Was it the Moray Eel? Was it the Moray Eel? It was just a boat that was primarily like gray underside and then red on top. If you wanted to, you could be kind of creative and do that. And then people go, ooh, Lamprey Hydrofoil. Is that what it was called? Thanks, Big D. What am I thinking? The Moray Eel. Oh, the Moray Eel's just... it was just the Cobra Eel. The Cobra Eel was the underwater troop. Right? I never got that because boats... You're rarely ever going to have G.I. Joe boat troops because, ocean expeditions are not common because they're difficult to write around. Or there is a G.I. Joe Orca hovercraft. Yeah, but the G.I. Joe ones are boring. They're just standard military vehicle colors. That's another reason why the G.I. Joes suck. Because all their vehicles are just, it's green or it's white. It's just, it's standard military colors. Boring. Lame. But there you go. Sea Spray. He be coming. Yeah, I think if you want to be cool, do look at your back catalog and go, okay, we've got the New Age Viper based off of Power Glide. Let's go through and grab some G.I. Joe vehicles and we'll slap them in the color scheme. Maybe give them a slightly different head. Maybe the robot heads look a little similar to G.I. Joe masks and stuff like that, or, you know, kind of little nods. I'd be okay with that. I think that'd be kind of nice. And he shows he didn't buy into later G.I. Joe. Man, I only had later G.I. Joe, Big D. I had the Mega Viper, and I had one of the Eco Warrior G.I. Joes. And the only other G.I. Joe that I remember having was I had the Cobra Commander, where he came with what were they? It was the Cobra Commander, and you plugged him onto with a C clip onto like a helicopter, and the helicopter went onto a stand, and you got like a ripcord, and you ripped the helicopter, and the helicopter blades would spin, and it would, you know, obviously lift up into the air. It had no weapons on it, which I always thought was weird as a kid. But that was the Cobra Commander I had. I didn't know he was Cobra Commander. Action Force wasn't on TV at the time that I was watching stuff. But that was the one I had. I did also have the 12-inch Snake Eye. Yeah, the Snake Eyes, the 12-inch Snake Eyes figure that had the snow mask. Again, I had no idea who Snake Eyes was. He had a really big gun with lights and sounds, and a really cool sword, and a really cool mask. But I had no idea who this motherfucker was. I was like, what is this? I guess it was my parents' attempt to be like, oh, does he like 12-inch doll figures? And the answer was no. I wasn't into dolls. I liked action figures and primarily Transformers. Like dolls, yeah, he's got clothes. Why does he have clothes? That's weird. Why would I want him to have clothes? I just want him to have guns that I can lose and eat. That's what I want. Yeah, the lack of Action Force / G.I. Joe on UK telly was a crime. Yeah, I would have liked it. I think it would have been. I'll tell you the G.I. Joe show I watched the most of. It was G.I. Joe Extreme. As a kid, I remember. I think I had chicken pox at the time, and I was staying off school because obviously I was a plague carrier for Nurgle. Everyone was going to get itchy and lumpy because of me, so I was off at home. I remember sitting on not the couch I'm on now, but in the room I'm sitting in now, having really shitty pizza that my gran made me. It was crap pizza. It was fucking abysmal. I loved it as a kid, but like thinking back to it, I was like, man, that was really shitty pizza. Really shitty pizza that she cooked really badly. She always did. She was never a good cook, bless her. Watching G.I. Joe Extreme and be like, this is fucking cool. Everything's extreme. And then I went back years and years and years later to rewatch G.I. Joe Extreme to see if it was any good. And I was like, this is an editing nightmare. It's a fucking terrible cartoon. It makes no sense. At least the first episode, like, you watch it and there's like so many editing jumps and flashing lights. I think it gave me a headache. Excuse my slurping. Gotta stay hydrated. Especially when you're talking on your own. You gotta get that juice flowing, baby. Yeah, so G.I. Joe Extreme, couldn't get into it. Never saw the Deke series. Still haven't ever really watched the Deke series. I think I've watched like a few episodes of the first... No, a few minutes. I think I've seen a few minutes of the first episode. And the animation's obviously a massive takedown because it's from Deke. It's from Dick. And they were shit as animation company. They were the cheapo company versus Sunbow Marvel Productions. You know, they were the good guy. Well, they were the higher up the list of stuff. Big D says, to be fair, I was all in on Marvel G.I. Joe comics by Larry Hama. Brutal stuff for a kid looking back. Probably, yeah. The only comic I ever bought, Big D, back in the day was Sonic the Comic. And I was very much a child who was like, I'll never need to read. I don't like reading, but I like looking at the pictures. So that was my Sonic the Comic. I had loads of Sonic the Comic. I'm really sad I got rid of them all. But I do remember really enjoying... I'd tell you what I did with my Sonic the Comics as well. Excuse me. When I learned how to, I realized... I don't know why. But along the way... One year, I put a piece of paper over the top of it and went, I can just sketch this and then color it in with felt tip pens. And I had a lot of fun. Like I remember specifically being in like a dentist's office. I'll see if I can find the cover. Doing the cover, like sketching or tracing the cover for It was Sonic jumping forward towards the camera with a planet behind him and a big chain. You know? Comic UK covers. I wonder if I can find it. I bet I can't. I wish I knew what the number was on it, but you know. What are numbers? Oh, I remember that cover. I think I sketched this one, though. Sonic when he was a brown hedgehog. I definitely did a tracing over of that cover. I definitely did that one. Definitely. Because I thought it was really neat. I think I did this one. I sketched this. I don't know why I'm saying sketch. I traced this one as well. The one with Sonic and Knuckles on the front. Issue 59. Issue 59. Wow. Sonic the comic was really good. It had some great artwork. I really liked Sonic the comic. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to find the one with the planet. It wasn't this one. It wasn't this one. It was similar to this one, but it wasn't this one. I don't want to spend too much time. Look at Dr. Robotnik there. Look at him. Why, you wouldn't trust this guy? Look at him. He seems trustworthy. He seems like a good boy, right? Dr. Eggman. Never call him Dr. Eggman either. You're a Satanist if you call him Dr. Eggman. If you want to call him Dr. Kinterball, I accept that. That's fine. Calling him Dr. Kinterball, that's okay. Dr. Robotnik, no. If you were Leonardo DiCaprio and I was your woman in Titanic and you told me, oh, it's Dr. Eggman, I'd push you over the edge. I'd be like, no, you can't share this with me. I'm sorry, Jack, you've got to fucking drown. You don't deserve to live. You don't deserve to share this raft with me. Goodbye. I'd let you drown. I'd let it. I did hear good things about Sonic the comic. Oh, did you not get a Big D? I'm guessing maybe you were a bit too old for it at that point. Is that right? One issue. Hang on. Oh, Big D's talking about one of the G.I. Joe comics. One issue had Doc being shot point blank in the face by a saw viper. He did all right to survive that then. Before gunning down 3 of the OG vehicle drivers. Wow. Then they offed another bunch of the team. So it was basically the Transformers movie effect of just, we need to get rid of these guys. I did hear good things about Sonic the comic, yep. If you want nuts, though, ever read the Zoids comic? No, I didn't read comics, so no. I think I was moved away by then. I believe it was written by one Grant Morrison who didn't get the memo that it was for kids. They killed the whole bunch of guys. Damn, I mean, that's pretty cool, though. I mean, it leaves an impression on kids, and it makes you feel more adult, because, you know, things don't like, whoa. At least that's what I thought as a kid. Next up, story-wise, we have DNA Designs doing the DK48 Apeling. This is an upgrade kit. It doesn't really, we've only really got the one image of this kit. So I'll just read what it says verbatim. So this is for the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Ultimate Optimus Primal figure. It features a new mask, arm plates, blades, and possibly more. I guess we don't know. And there's a little blurb here. Dear DNA fans, but not of actually DNA, like of the company. I like DNA, just not the company that sells toys. We look forward to announcing the details of the DK48 in the near future, so next year. The DNA lottery will absolutely not require fans to spend a single cent. Please do not easily believe websites that ask you for money. To ensure fairness is a thing. I'm guessing, what's this about? It doesn't explain what they're talking about with the lottery, but I'm sure that must be some kind of product placement kind of thing. So yeah, don't believe everything you read on the internet, I guess. But this just, if you remember at the start of, I guess, Rise of the Beasts, the Apeling? Is him? I'm guessing this is meant to make him look more like Apeling, or just its battle armor, one of the two. So yeah, just big arm guards and shoulder pads. Though they only look like the half shoulder pads. It looks like it doesn't completely cover both sides of the shoulder there. Interesting. I will say I like the battle mask. The battle mask looks quite neat. It almost makes me feel the vibes of the mutant mask, because you've got little pointy teeth, which makes me think vampire bat. Maybe it's not going for that, but that's what I'm reading from it at least. It looks fine. I wouldn't, obviously not a necessary upgrade kit, but if you're like, hey, I want my Optimus Primal figure to have big arm blade things and extra bits of silver on him, we'll get more pictures next year, and I'll be able to critique it a little bit more once we see the full kit and how it works also in robot mode, because we only see him with the stuff in the ape mode at the moment. Excuse me. Yeah, not a huge amount there. This is, if you're a bit of a collector slut, like I was at one point in my life, this might be the first possible look at a G1 gold Super Jinrai. So this will probably be one of those lucky draw figures from back in ye old day. I'll pull up a big image of it in a moment. We have an image of what seems to be a never-before-seen G1 gold Super Jinrai toy. The Power Master Optimus Prime mold was released with some slight retools in Japan as part of the Transformers Super God Master Force in 1988, if I could read, that would help. While many gold or silver chromed lucky draw toys have been documented over the years, this is the very first time we've looked at a gold chromed Super Jinrai toy. We still have no clear details about how this figure was available. The image was not supposed to be taken. The image was supposed to be taken from Toei Animation's office in Japan. The figure comes with a base with a small plate on it, so it may be very special release or a special gift to Toei. They made the animation for the Master Force cartoon, if you didn't fucking know. So let's pull up the image. It's fuck's sake. Why are these images so shitty and small? God damn. Not God Bomber on here, just Jinrai. Just Jinrai. Interestingly enough, off to the side, I can see Landcross there. And a Power Master Optimus Prime in packaging. There's things above, which I can't really tell. And there's another Super Robot to the bottom left, which I recognize but don't remember the name of. I think I know what that is, but I'm not sure. And I think the red arm off to the side is a getter. Some kind of getter robo of some description. But yeah, lucky draw figure potentially, or just like a one-off. Here is a... why would you make a gold version of Optimus Prime and give them to them as a thank you? It's weird. And I don't know, it's fun. It's fun. It's interesting at least. It'll be worth a fuck ton though, if you wanted to buy it. Neat. Like I say, I've still got lucky draw figures. If anyone wants to buy a lucky draw figure from me, you can let me know. Big D, if you want to buy a lucky draw figure from me, I can help you out there, buddy. Oh no, I dropped I dropped a gun effect. Damn it. Damn you, sir. I dropped a gun effect on the floor. I'll need to reach for that later. We have the Transformers 1 toy line street date reveal, apparently. Transformers 1, if I remember correctly. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's the animated movie that's going to be coming out someday. The toy associated with the movie apparently will hit the shelves without any delays or whatever on the 1st of August 2024, so a few months away. They have the titled Transformers 1 Prime Changes. Each toy is priced at $60 US. I'm rounding up by a cent, but you know what I mean. Rounding up by a cent, $60 US. However, bear in mind that the price tag is from overseas listing we've received. Actual prices in the States may vary. So, yeah. August. I would imagine when it's a street date reveal, I'm assuming street date means when they're going to be on shelves. If that's the case, then we should start seeing them summer, I'd say. Leaks in summer. Maybe computer leak links, like to, on the databases and stuff, like maybe spring, maybe earlier, maybe winter. And I guess if I read that incorrectly, then it means that we'll get the reveals on August, and they won't be on shelves on August. It's one of the two. But hey, the new movie, I guess we're going to have to see something from the new movie this year as well, if they're going to be pooping out the toys, or the reveals of the toys, at least this year. Then we got Studio Series BBM Voyager Shockwave. Bumblebee. It's a Bumblebee movie, Shockwave. There's a lot of really dark metallic gun gray on this guy. He's got translucent piping for his eye. And because of that, his eye is really dull. I think it would have served better if that was a bit brighter, personally. Yeah, there's a lot of really dark gray. The thighs are really dark gray. Oh, I remember seeing people complain about this because they said they nerfed his thighs, and people were unhappy that he had slender thighs and he didn't have the the big meaty juicy thighs that everybody likes to eat these days. But yeah, all in all, I think this figure needed a bit more color. He needed the painted yellow eye just to make that pop a bit more. Needed maybe a dry brush of like a silvery silver rather than a gunmetal, because he seems like he's missing color. Toy hacks are going to do well for this guy, definitely, just to brighten him up a bit. What's he turn into though? H-Tank. Turns into a kind of lame H-Tank, but I don't think that's a surprise. I think we already knew that. Shockwave. Shockwave from the Bumblebee movie. Not a design that I love, not a design I care about. I think there were more images. Let me have a quick look on TFW, because I'm pretty sure there were more. Oh, fuck, I just remembered. Shozy showed some figures as well that weren't actually put on TFW for some reason, because that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Is that the one? Yeah, okay, this is the one. Okay, here it is, okay. Additional images of the Shockwave. Let's have a look at the book. Shockwave in tank mode. Yep. Yeah, he seems to... He actually looks quite good, to be fair, next to the Studio Series Bumblebee movie, Soundwave, and Starscream. They look nice together, I will say. Even though, again, I think the Shockwave needs a little bit more color to make him pop. He seems fine. Nothing crazy. You can either have him with a gun arm, gun hand, or not. He has that option. He also has a removable cable for said gun to go into his back. And same scale, oddly enough, they've got him standing here with the Beast Hunters, Transformers Prime, Shockwave. They scale pretty similar, actually. Similarly. And obviously they both turn into H-Tanks. Now... the Bumblebee one will probably feel better quality, because thankfully we have moved past the era of the kind of ropey feeling Beast Hunter figures and Transformers Prime figures. So he'll probably feel better in hand. But if looking at both of these figures, again, the extra color on the Prime Shockwave, I think helps make him pop visually a little bit more. Big D says, yeah, Shockers does look a tad bland. It's weird, isn't it? Because you think, what color is Shockwave? Shockwave is purple with a yellow eye, and that's it. And they've done that, but I think it's too much gunmetal gray. I honestly think it's just too much gunmetal gray. I think that's really pulled out all of the color, and the translucent yellow eye. It's really pulled out all of the pop to him visually. He's colored like a background character. He's colored like Shockwave, but in the background. You've got the primary colors, but you don't want anything enough to make him pop on the page. So he's kind of in these just flat colors, no highlight colors. He's off in the distance. Not for you to worry about. But I'm sure the figure's good. If they'd never do it, because they suck. If they wanted to be cool and they redid him into Energon 6-shot colors, that would be neat. I can't remember the last time we've seen Energon 6-shot colors. I don't think we ever have. I think we got that and then that was it. I'm actually thinking, I don't think any third parties have done that either, right? I don't think so. I honestly think Energon Shockwave, Energon 6-shots colors have only been on that version of him. That's sad, because I really like them. They're very G2-y, which is probably why no one else wants them. Because you guys suck. You don't like fun things. I like fun things when they're cheap. I love them when they're cheap. TF Nation 2024. The Minicon's been announced for the 23rd of March in Manchester. I'll read the little blurb after I've read Big D's message. Big D says 6-shot or shock blast could be neat paint schemes to use on that model. I just think anywhere. Just use those colors anywhere for a Shockwave toy. It's better than Shockwave. Shockwave's colors are shit. He's just gray. He's just primarily a flat gunmetal gray. Oddly enough, like a lot of the Bumblebee figure, actually, flat gunmetal gray with a red eye. The 6-shot or shock blast, whatever version he's called, you know the one I mean. He's a much more interesting color scheme because he pops. But yeah, the blurb for the Minicon in Smarch, TFN Minicon in Manchester will be taking place at a new venue in 2024. The Manchester Marriott Victoria and Albert Hotel is a Green Key certified property located in Springfield's district in the Manchester Centre. That's a lot of guff for saying it's a nice hotel. But I guess they have to actually say the guff. But to me, I would have just been like, it's a nice hotel. No. This is why I'm not a marketing person. Tickets for the Minicon at Manchester will be released for sale at 12 p.m. on the 6th of January 2024. Ooh, less than a week away if you want to book your tickets. Last year, the event was a total sellout. So if you're interested, Big D, in attending, we would urge you to book your tickets as soon as possible. Big D, are you going? Chat. Anybody? Are you going to be going to the Manchester Roar to have fun with Transformers fans who transform? You've got a few days to have the money planned, and then you've got till March to prepare. You should go. If you can go, you should go. I can't go because I can't go anywhere. But if you have the ability to set aside a little time just for a little fun, I would totally recommend doing it. Have some fun, experiences and whatnot. Sadly not, my options for getting to Manchester are a struggle at best of times. Damn. Big D, you put on the Fluff and Hammer watch-along, the Lord of the Rings extended cut. What if you save money and you walk there? I realize you might have problems getting there by walking, but that's what the journey would be. You'd find a little monkey creature along the way. You could call him Gollum. He'd probably bite you and give you rabies. You could find the one onion ring. You could have a friend called Pam help you out along the way who tends to your... I'm trying to think of another thing for instead of garden. Your allotment! Takes care of your allotment. Pam who takes care of the allotments. Because in the UK, sometimes people don't have gardens. They have a little allotment in the area. Andy, do you want to slap? I do. It'll be called the Lord of the D. The Lord of the D. There we go. I could be your cameraman. No, we could get Mr. Adam White to come and film it. Yeah, Lord of the D. What a good time. Mary would just be an old lady who eats crumpets. Pippin, you could just go, again, another old lady who has tea and crumpets along the way. That lonely, huh? Always, Big D. You've no idea. So that's going to be coming on March next year. And we also have TF Nation 2024 in August, of course, as usual. 9th to the 11th, again, as usual. 9th to the 11th. No. This is a stupid American way of explaining things. It's the 11th of the 9th. It's not in October. Sorry, it's not in November. No, it's not in November. It's in August, which is the 9th. So it's the 11th of the 9th, 2024. Let's do this right. Silly Americans and your backwards way of doing things. This will be once again at the Birmingham Metropole Hotel, situated near the NEC. Same place as ever. Pre-orders or sales for the tickets going to be the 3rd of February. Wow! So if you want the tickets for the Minicon, that's going to be in a few days' time, and then like a month later, you have to have your money ready for TF Nation as well. A little bit rough if you want to go for both, maybe. Looks because obviously you're going to have the money up front. August is the 8th. Andy, you're right. Oh, did they mess that up? Oh, okay, the 9th to the 11th. Yeah. 9th to the 11th. I made that mistake. That was my bad. No bad, America. That one's on me. Where was I? Oh, yeah, that's right. You get the TF Nation discount rate for the hotel Hilton rooms, which isn't good. It's not. It's really expensive. It's really expensive. It's always really expensive just because of the hotel it is. I have to say that because I can't go and I won't be able to go for ages. But yeah, the pricing on the hotel's rough. it's always pretty rough, I find. But you do get the discount if you order and you're able to get through the ordering process and tickets and everything like that without too much faff. You can get the rooms a little bit cheaper, but they're still going to be rough on them prices, as that's the way the cookie crumbles. And that's it, I'm afraid. That's all the news we have for the end of the year for 2023. So I look to you now, chat, to tell me what you got for Christmas. Did you get anything fun? Anything cool? Big D says, yeah, but Hilton's are generally pretty nice. Yeah. The Birmingham one's fine. I wouldn't say it's pretty nice. The one in Birmingham's just, it's okay. I always felt it felt very overpriced for what it was. I stayed at one for 40k. Oh, for 40k. I thought you meant £40,000. I was like, Jesus Christ. For 40k grand tournament once, and it was lovely. Yeah, the Metropole Birmingham one, I wouldn't say it's that good, personally. I wouldn't say it's that good. I remember always thinking the sheets felt very starchy. You know that horrible feeling you get with hotel sheets when you rub them and you can feel the starch. They just feel nasty in your hand. If they put any more starch into the washing, they would just turn to a brick. They wouldn't move. That's the vibe I got from them. But yeah, chat, let me know what you got for Christmas. I didn't get a huge amount. I got a few bits of money from a couple of people. As I will thank Jubal once again, who comes and watches my streams hugely. Thank you, Jubal, for sending me money. And Daddy, who is usually a moderator in my chat, also sent me some games. Daddy sent me Risk of Rain 2, specifically, Shadow Warriors 2, and Destroy All Humans, the classic game that got nicely remastered, and apparently is quite nice once again. Excuse me, on Steam. So I've got those. I picked up Darkest Dungeon 2 while it's been on sale. I like Darkest Dungeon 1. Darkest Dungeon 2, I've only played but only about 2 hours of so far, not a huge amount. It is a different feeling, Darkest Dungeon, to the first one. But it's still fun. It's still entertaining. I like the artwork style a little bit more. The proportions on them is a little bit better. They were a little bit sausage chibi kind of looking previously. And now Darkest Dungeon 2, they look a little better, I would say. A little bit better. Yeah, Darkest Dungeon 2, they do have an image of what you probably don't need to know. Probably seen it, but yeah. Darkest Dungeon. It looks nice. It looks nice. Everything's well proportioned now and all that jazz. I got that. I also got Baldur's Gate 3. I felt bullied into it. Daddy didn't give me a choice. He said, play the game, Andy, or I'll come and kick you in the dick. And I didn't want my dick kicked in, so I bought Baldur's Gate 3. I played it a few times on stream. Me, Daddy, and Jubal played it last night on stream as well, with mods. Jubal was able to summon apparently a previous character from a previous Baldur's Gate called Boo, who I'd never heard of. And I found that I could pick him up and throw him like a rock, which was quite fun. I've got a clip of that on my YouTube channel, and I don't think it's on Twitch. I might put it on Twitch at some point, but it's quite fun. Jubal wasn't happy that I was throwing his hamster about. Yeah, Boo. Yeah, like, it's actually called Boo. The problem we found was Jubal's modded class is like new class is just like really, really ridiculously powerful. Like stupidly powerful. He was able to summon Boo, who had really high armor, like 20 armor at the start of the game, 20 dex at the start of the game. It was crazy. And one of the abilities was just completely bugged, so you could just use it over and over again. But so far, I'm enjoying Baldur's Gate. I'm playing a version with the lads together and a one without Tut lads. I need to get through more of it on my own before I go through it more with them. Otherwise, I think I'll kind of ruin the story experience playing with the lads. But yeah, it's been good fun. Have I bought any other games recently? Oh, I got Lethal Company. Technically, I got Lethal Company while I've been on the interim. I played a few streams of that with Daddy and Jubal as well, which has been mightily fun. And some Batman. We finished Batman Arkham Knight. The story's not great for it. The story is very obvious. It has all the problems of the previous games. The combat's a little bit nicer, but it's still got some... My biggest issue with the Arkham games is I don't feel I have full control of where I'm attacking. Like the way that the combat flows, you can aim your stick in a direction, but because there's so many enemies, your character can sometimes magnetize to the wrong character, the wrong enemy unit that you're trying to hit, which can make some of the more frustrating, really hard challenges, which I've done. I can even prove I've done the big ones. The really rare achievements, because they're fucking hard. It can make some of those incredibly frustrating to get through. Incredibly frustrating. It doesn't actually say. Which are the ones? No, not that one. Oh, complete Crime Alley AR mission, which is a challenge map with Batman, Robin, and Nightwing unharmed. So you got to get through that map without taking a single punch or slap or anything like that. Very, very frustrating. A lot of these ones. A flawless free flow. So don't drop your combo in any round. Don't drop your combo in any round, and there's 4 rounds of the Monarch Theatre's Batman, Robin, Nightwing, and Catwoman. Again, that was a fucking nightmare to do. So I did them, but it was hard as shit. Didn't enjoy it. Wouldn't recommend it, but, you know, sometimes you gotta be a slut for Steam achievements and all that jazz. In terms of physicale things I've picked up, I got the Flesh Eater Courts box set, which I have fully painted. All of them are done, which is nice. They're all done and dusted. I also got like standard ghouls painted up, which I was quite happy with. But the big Flesh Eater Court box set came with... Oh, I also got an an Archregent done, which I've had for ages. The box set came with 20 Crypt Guard, which are the new unit. So they're ghouls. They just have weapons in their hands. 20 of those, and they actually look really nice, I think, as a unit. And my other pictures. Did I get rid of my Morbig pictures? I did. I got the Gore Warden done as well. He's kind of like the big general of that box set. There's some Knights, which I guess I've got rid of the pictures for. Yeah, I have. Oh, well. Morbig Knights? Yeah. Morbig Knights, if you didn't know, chat, are just big... They're just big, giant, fat bat things, which have a rider on the back of them. Oh, and a Vargoof as well. I got them done. I also got the Kassakan Kill Team finally. I only got one. There was 2 on the website. I've built them and I've sprayed them black as of today. And I also got the Warcry Ghoul set. So I'm trying to get all of the different kind of units that I can for the Crypt Ghouls. I think I have all of them that are currently out. I don't have all of them that will be out because the box set of ghouls I had is a preview box set, if you didn't know. So they will be released sometime in the near future. Probably, I don't know, January, I guess. January, February time, if I'm going to guess. Excuse me. I'll probably have the Warcry Ghoul set done within the next few days. I've already sprayed them black, and I'm probably going to be spending the rest of the evening like dry brushing them and getting them ready for slapping blood on them and all that jazz. They're really nice. The Warcry Ghoul set, they're really nice. Pretty. I just don't like the giant zombie monkeys. The giant zombie monkeys are shockingly not my favorite. I think just generally the sexy ghoul people are, if you were to ask me. Are there any other things that I got? I got the Hiss Tank, which I think I've talked about on the show. I got Fei Long, which I think I've talked about on the show before. I don't think I got anything else. I'll tell you what I will do before I forget. I'll hop over the show Z, because I will forget otherwise. And there are a few little bits of news. Big D says, big kicking for justice. Yes, I played a lot of Baldur's Gate 2. Mr. White was telling telling me while I was playing Baldur's Gate 1 that he played a lot of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, and he's actually gone back to it recently. Because I was playing Baldur's Gate 3. What's it called? Transart. Yeah, Transart have shown colored images of, I don't know what he's called. Transart's BWM13 Quickstrike. Oh, it doesn't have a fancy name. Let's get onto the site. There we go. So we're finally seeing colored images of their Quickstrike figure. And he looks great, as you would expect. And I saw some people saying, why would you update him? The original one's really good anyway. And I'm like, yeah, but this This is obviously a lot better. He's not translucent plastic. He's in the right scale. He's got the correct looking face. He has got a lot more articulation. The lineup of the Transart figures looks pretty good. I still disappointed that I technically damaged my Tarantulas, because when I got mine, I tried twisting the legs and the little mushroom pegs that they came on. The little joints snapped on them a little bit. I haven't snapped completely off, but damaged it, which I was a little bit annoyed by. They look really good. The Inferno clearly is the Hasbro version, and as is the Waspinator. I don't think either of those two... No, they won't get an update because they're not Transmetal. I mean, they could do Transmetal 1 or 2 Waspinator, whichever version he wants, and they could do Scavenger if they wanted. But I don't see them doing that. But Quick Strike, yeah, I think this Transart figure looks great. As you would expect, he's got lots of articulation. He doesn't have the water spitting, quote unquote, acid spitting gimmick. And it looks like his little scorpion legs will be able to have a little... Oh, no, it doesn't. The scorpion legs won't actually have any articulation to them. They'll have one pin joint running through, but that'll be about it. That's interesting. I thought they would have had fully articulated legs there. The actual scorpion head, though, looks like it's posable, which is quite nice, and I do appreciate. That's kind of fun. I'm trying to think. I think there was one other thing that Shozy had up that I was like, oh, I need to remember to talk about that on the podcast tonight. Have I just forgotten? I think I have. Let's have a quick check through their pre-order list, and then I might be able to... It might jog a memory, or it might not, and I'll be like, oh, no. And I'll find out. I'll find out at the end of the show, and go, oh, there you go. Oh, there's a new version, well, a knockoff version of Prime Wheeljack coming out from Gear Factory, the Wanderer Warrior. Was it this? I wonder how this is going to scale next to the... Oh, it looks like it's in the same stuff, the same packaging as... oh, fuck, what were they called? What were they called? Oh my god, what were they called? I talked about the Jet Viacon last time. Coming from them. ABS Toys? Was it ABS Toys? God, I wish my brain hadn't turned to mush tonight. I always wish that, though, to be honest. There it is. Yeah. The APC. It looks like the Wheeljack is part of the APC toy line, just under a different name. Though I could be wrong. The box looks surprisingly similar to theirs. He's going to come with 4 sets of swords, 2 guns for hands, a pipe bomb, and 2 heads. One with the mask, and I assume one without. They don't show it without the mask, but if you didn't get the original Wheeljack toy, this might be a better version to go for. Oh, he's actually got extra posability in his hands. He's actually got like knuckle joints for his fingers to close around. That's fun. As usual, it's hard to tell if they've done anything else to the figure. I think there's a difference in the color scheme in terms of the printed plastic, because I'm pretty sure the original version of the Prime Wheeljack figure didn't have paint on the inside of and outside of his thighs, these black bits. I don't think he did. I don't think so. And I don't think he had these bits of black on there either. Again, I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've handled my Prime Wheeljack, but he's going to be apparently £30, which is a little much. It's a little much. It's what I thought, oddly enough, once I saw the price for the Viacon troop, which is about 25 to 30 again. I was like, oh, that's a bit rough. Big D says, tempting. I don't think I have an OG Quick Strike. Well, if you get this one, you won't need to worry about him being translucent plastic, which is a plus. He will be bigger than the rest of your figures, though, as he's masterpiece scaled. But yeah, I think he looks neat. But I like all of Transart's toys, at least visually speaking. I think, Big D, what did you get for Christmas this year? Or chat, what did you get for Christmas this year? Was there any fun things in the boot for you that you'd like to talk about or not? That's okay if you don't want to talk about that. Because I have watched some stuff this year as well. Before the end of the year, I watched The Fall of the House of Usher, I think you call it, Fall of the House of Usher, which is a Netflix show. It's done by the guys that did House on Haunted Hill. It's a adaptation of The Raven. The Fall of Usher trailer. Let me just plop it on. This thing. Yeah, it was really good. Really interesting show. It's horror based, if you wondered. I would recommend. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I would recommend it. If you know the Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven, if you don't know Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, you probably remember The Raven from the Simpsons Halloween horror episode called The Raven. But Bart was the Raven, and it was just Homer quoting Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. It's based off of that. I would recommend it. I think this was a pretty good show. 8 episodes, each about an hour long. My only issue was I thought episode 8, they got a little bit political, which would kind of made me scrumple my nose. And, like one of the characters said, we could save all of the world's problems if we just spent money on it. And I said out loud, it's not that simple. You couldn't just fix the world by throwing money at it. Too many cultural issues and societal issues and people issues to have it easily fixed like that. There was a complaint there was too much money spent on Viagra medicine, Viagra research compared to other stuff. And again, it's like, well, Viagra sells. I don't know what you want to say. Viagra sells. It makes money. That's why there's a lot of funding put into it. It makes money. You know, it's why guns make money too. Why there's a lot put into money, guns, because they make money. I just felt kind of like a smooth brain take on how economies and the world worked. But apart from that end, the horror bit at the end, I won't go into spoilers. The horror bit at the end, I thought was a bit silly. I can't explain it without spoiling it, so I won't bother. I do find that the person that makes this, he did about the people stuck on an island. I can't remember what it was called. It was people stuck on an island. There was a very religious community. The priest was bitten by a vampire, and he starts turning people into vampires as he goes along. I can't remember what that was called. Spoilers for whatever that was. I thought that one wasn't as good. Midnight Mass. Thank you, Big D. Midnight Mass. That was the one. I didn't like Midnight Mass. Midnight Mass felt too silly for me. Especially as it started moving on to the end. It got to too silly of a point. I liked House on Haunted Hill, and I liked this one. Midnight Mass for me was a bit on a... and the House on shows, I believe. House on Haunted Hill, I don't remember what the other one was. But yeah, I would recommend this. This was a good watch. It was a fun time. I also watched... What else did I watch? I watched House of the Dragon. I was convinced House of the Dragon was going to be bad like Game of Thrones season 5 onwards, but you tolerated 5 until you got to about 7 and you're like, oh no, it's going bad. And then you got to 8 and you're like, oh God, kill me. House of the Dragon was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of, well, I wouldn't say House of the Dragon was fun, but I thought it was a very entertaining watch, and it was pretty well handled. Had some really good sad bits in it too. Like anything with King Viserys by the later episodes, I thought it tugged at my heartstrings, and little bits of water came out of my eyes because he was a nice guy and he didn't deserve what happened to him. He didn't deserve it. It was good though. Was there anything else that I watched? I don't think so. I think that was the breadth and width of it, to be honest. Yeah, a short show. Not a huge amount to go through, unsurprisingly, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Thank you, everybody who has come on the journey with me for 2023. Again, thank you to Mikey for joining me through most of this time, and wish him well for the future on his little dinosaur adventure times in 2024 and onwards. Hopefully, I will see you guys in the new year. Hopefully, we'll have some nice, fun stories to talk about in the new year. Like I say, next week, I said this pre-show. Next week, I'll probably take next week off because, let's be honest, between tomorrow being the 1st and the 7th, I doubt there's going to be anything happening Transformer-wise. I think it's going to be pretty light on news. So let's say we come back on, it's probably going to be the 14th, right? Yeah, let's say we come back. I'll see you guys on the 14th for another Moonbase 2 episode. Hopefully. I've got a plan to do a comic episode Patreon show with Gruff. I think we're actually going to do Nightfall. I'm going to do Nightfall for the Patreon because I need to get back and start getting the actual motivation to do Patreon stuff. So Patreon, me and Gruff will be talking about Batman Nightfall, which I've only listened to the audio drama, never read the actual comic, so that'll be fun to go through the proper thing and see what I assume was probably cut and what wasn't cut. Yeah. Thank you, guys. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube as Decade Andy. You can find Moonbase 2 in most places. You can head over to patreon.com patreon.com/Moonbase2. And if you want to help out with the show, it's only $2, and it would be much appreciated for helping out. Big D says, comics are a trip, hell of a trip. Do you mean the comics for the Arkham, for Nightfall? Is that what you mean? Have you heard the audio drama, Big D, for Arkham Knight? It was a BBC audio drama, if you wondered. You should have a listen. You probably have heard the BBC drama. You must have. If you haven't, I would recommend it. It's fun. It's on you. I think somebody's fully uploaded it to YouTube as well. So if you want to listen to the Nightfall audio drama from the BBC, it's probably on YouTube. You can probably grab that. Anyway, guys, yeah, I think I've mentioned most of the places you can find me. I'll be doing the Fluff and Hammer at some point. I don't know when. We need to do the Fluffies, the big awards for Warhammer stuff from last year. So hopefully I'll catch you there as well. Until then, thanks everybody for coming on by. Thank you. Have a good time. Happy New Year. Be safe tonight, tomorrow, whenever you listen to this. I hope you had a good time, I suppose, potentially as well. Thank you for those who came by to listen to the show as well. I appreciate it, as I know that you probably got better things to do tonight. But yeah, thank you, everybody. I'll catch you next year. And until next time, I'll see you suckers next time. Bye-bye, everybody! Bye-bye! Yeah.